recorded live at 4ZZZ Studios, Meanjin, Brisbane.
On 102.1 FM.
And broadcast across Australia on the Community Radio Network.
You're listening to Zed Games.
Zed Games brings you the best in gaming news, reviews, community and culture. Want to reach out?
Share your hot take?
Or do you just want to share your favourite game?
Find us on socials at Zed Games AU.
Hey, it's Zed Games here on 4ZZZ. I'm Maylee, and I'm here tonight in the studio with...
Tom.
Peter.
I didn't really point at them, I
just hands.
How you guys going tonight?
Good.
Yeah, feeling pretty good.
Pretty decent week.
I'm glad to hear it.
How about you, Maylee?
Oh, up and down, but I've been playing some good games lately, and that gets you through the hard time.
Making the numbers go up.
Yeah, but I will talk about those good games later. Well,
Nice.
One of them. Anyway, I want to get straight into it tonight. I want to talk about some gaming news. Ooh, I like the ending there. Now, it surprises me every year that it already gets so late, because it is near the end of November and the Game Award nominees have been announced.
Yes.
And voting is open for the 2025 Game Awards.
2025 Game Awards, yes.
So there's a lot of categories. We won't go over them all, but
there is
some
many
important ones to us. Of course, the Game of the Year nominees are Clair Obscur, Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, On the Beach, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, Hollow Knight, Silksong, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
The only one that I have not heard hyped up this year is Kingdom Come Deliverance. All the others I've heard of, I've had people hyped about them. I don't know anyone that was excited about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
To be fair, like the people who I've heard talk about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 would take a bullet for it. They would die for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
I'm sure there is, but I guess I'm just not in any circles that anybody actually cared about.
I have one friend who's very passionate about it, and they are an artist. And so I've learned a lot, but I don't know how much is accurate, but it seems like a good game.
Yeah, like all the others, like, congrats to them. They all seem like absolutely fantastic games, sort of idea. I just don't know enough about Kingdom to know why it's there. But
what are our other nominees?
Otherwise, we've also got Best Score and Music nominees, which is Christopher Larkin for Hollow Knight Silksong, Darren Korb for Hades 2, Lorian Testard for Clair Obscura Expedition 33, Tomo Ottawa for Ghosts of Yotei, and Woodkid and Ludwig Frossel for Death Stranding 2 On the Beach. A couple of really good musical scores there, all very similar to their Game of the Year nominees, of course.
Yeah, we've definitely played a lot of those soundtracks on the radio.
We have.
Yeah.
Many of their different songs and whatnot. Does any one particular stand out to you? Any of those?
I have loved the music from Hades 2.
Yep.
But I think that's just because it's the game that I played the most of those games.
Supergiant.
Good music.
Yeah, Supergiant games always have that same sort of vibe with their music, and it always hits.
Do you think Hades 2 will win the best soundtrack then, out of all of those?
Oh, I don't know if it'll win, but it has my vote.
Yeah.
I think it's in with a good shot. But there's a lot of good ones this year.
There is a lot of good ones. Tom, what about the next set?
All right, so we have Best Independent Game nominees. That is Absalom by Guard Crush Games, Ball X Pit by Kenny Sun, Blueprints by Dogu Bomb, Clair Obscure Expedition 33 by Sandfall, Hades 2 by Supergiant, and Hollow Knight Silksong by Team Cherry.
Yeah, I still have opinions on whether the Sandfall Interactive is indie devs, and there's plenty of other people that have opinions on that as well.
Well, yeah, that's
it's
a big thing.
Dev team.
There's a lot of debate about these nominations.
What makes them an indie dev is my opinion on that one.
Well, they haven't been bought by Square yet.
Yeah, or Nintendo, or Xbox, or Sony, or EA, or any of the bigger publishers that haven't been purchased yet.
Technically.
It is their first game as a team, but that team is like 30 plus people, and they outsourced to like almost 200 artists. I can't classify them as indie dev, especially when all of them are mostly ex-European developers from Ubisoft and EA and Blizzard, and like there is a large amount of experience in that team. So I don't know what the classification for indie dev is.
It-
Like independent developer makes me feel like it's 1, 2, maybe 5 to 10 people at most as a small team. But that's my opinions on it.
That's just the state of video games at the moment, though, is like the indie game scene is just growing and growing until, like, back in the day, you used to have non-indie games that were classed as A
developers, B developers.
B-size games, and now that's just the indie scene.
Maybe indie needs to split up into multiple different groups now, and it's not just indie anymore. You have solo developers,
Mid-size.
small team developers, and indie as a title is disappearing or blending just because there's so many things classified as indie.
Yeah, it's
That being said, there has been other debates, in not just by myself, for Claire Obscura categorized as an indie dev, even though it received 12 nominations for many different categories sort of idea. Another one from the indie dev side, the game Mega Bonk has also withdrawn from the Game Awards due to its nomination as Best Debut Indie Game, when the developer pointed out that it was not his debut game, and he has released games previously.
not every, some people are drawing the line themselves.
Yeah.
That's
You know,
It's a good
hats off
sport.
to you. Yeah.
just because it's his first big recognized game sort of idea doesn't necessarily mean that it's his first debut indie title.
Yeah. So one of the bigger things is last week, only a couple days ago, Valve came out and announced the Steam Frame, the Steam Controller, and the Steam Machine.
Steam Machine! Yeah, it came out just before we did the show last week, so it wasn't really included in last week's news, but we got a bit more to talk about it this week.
There's not a heap of information out there yet, not
No.
all that we could want, but all of the devices run Steam OS, promising the power of a PC and the plug-and-play experience. They even claim that the Steam Machine is better than what 70% of PC gamers have at home, using the results of their Steam hardware surveys to establish a baseline. And my computer has fallen into neglect. I force it along, but it probably is less strong than the Steam Machine. So
Yeah,
maybe
I mean,
I'll-
if you're looking at the specs that they've kind of talked about online, it is pretty damn good. And it, those memes about, is your PC better than a gaming console? This one is. It's better than most of the gaming consoles out there because it is also a PC. You can still plug a keyboard and mouse and multiple monitors into it. It is still a computer. And the fact that it's going to be the first computer, quotation marks, to run SteamOS, that's really, really good. It'll cut out a lot of the Windows bloatware that I don't need when I just want to play a game.
Yeah, but it'll still do all the small things that you want a regular PC to do, which is
Yeah, cool.
I also like that in the video, like, just to get an idea of how powerful this thing is, they said it's as strong or stronger than 6 Steam Decks,
Yeah,
roughly.
Roughly
Which
6
is-
times more powerful than a Steam Deck.
Which
or
is-
the
So I'm
current gen Steam Deck.
expecting a pretty big price tag with that one.
I'm expecting probably 800-900 at the minimum sort of idea for its smaller storage size one, because they've said it's coming with like a 1 terabyte or up to 5 terabytes or something. They didn't say anything about customization though in regards to customizing that storage.
What is our next story?
Ooh. So, next we have union busting, maybe. Rockstar Games has been accused of firing staff in the UK to prevent them from unionising, after 31 employees were laid off on 30th October. The Independent Workers' Union of Great Britain has been leading rallies outside their offices in London and Edinburgh to protest what they're describing as the most blatant and ruthless act of union busting in the history of the games industry. Rockstar have maintained that firings were in response to workers distributing confidential information in public forums. The matter has caught the attention of UK Parliament, with Edinburgh West MP Christine Jardine bringing up the firings.
Yeah, I think that would probably be pretty clear cut in regards to whether it was or wasn't fired in regards to those, because if they were sharing content in public forums, that's a public forum. You should be able to find it pretty quick and easy. If they weren't, then where is Rockstar claiming that they were sharing this information? And if they've had that information taken down, then that still needs to be shown in regards to it. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think they might have leaked that Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out.
And it has a secret feature of you can, steal cars.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know.
The future is now.
I know. Next up, though, we've got a couple of little bits of news nibbles. We've got Escape from Tarkov has had a challenging release after finally launching its 1.0, with players complaining about server issues, bugs, and performance issues, with director Nikita Boyanova saying that the release was rough for sure, sorry for that, but we are willing to continue fighting for everything good against bad. Hasn't Tarkov been around for 10 years? Do you think they would have improved performance? How did it go down at 1.0 launch?
I don't know, man. It just seems like sometimes those games are in alpha for ages, get their own sort of feel to it.
Yeah, and then they launch a 1.0, push a whole bunch of features, but forget to do the optimization. Definitely a little weird there.
We also have a first look at the live-action Legend of Zelda movie featuring Bo Bragason. Hard name.
Bo Bragason.
BRBA. Playing as Zelda and Benjamin Evan Ainsworth as Link, and they look like live-action versions of the characters, which is really impressive, but the costumes appear to have ties to Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I saw some of the screen grabs or whatever they've got there from the releases and stuff like that. I honestly thought it was just two people standing in a field. Nothing pointed it out to me.
Fancy fantasy people.
No, not even that. Just two people standing in a field. I had to be told that it was a Legend of Zelda.
When was the last time you stood in a field?
Earlier today.
Well, fair enough. I can't argue with that.
I didn't have people taking photos of me, but I'm not on a film set.
Yeah.
So
I'm still looking forward to this. This looks interesting. I like the idea of using relatively unknown actors as leads. I feel like that's a classic sort of like thing movies used to do. Before it was just like, let's get the biggest name people in. Let's get the Chris Pratt and the Anya Taylor-Joy. I mean, they still do that for Mario.
Jack Black yeah.
But yeah.
What is it? The fairy that's in the Zelda game? I still haven't played most of the Zeldas. There's a giant fairy of some sort. I still hope that Jack Black gets cast as the giant fairy.
As the Great Fairy?
Yeah.
Good
I think he could pull that position off.
Well, while we wait for that movie, there's some upcoming games in the next few days. So on November 20th, right now, Kirby Air Riders comes to Switch 2, PlayerUnknown's Prologue Go Way Back comes to PC, Cryophobia comes to PC, Neon Inferno is releasing to PS5, PS4, Xbox, Switch, and PC, R-Type Delta HD Boosted comes to PS5, PS4, Xbox, Switch, and PC, Samurai Academy Paws of Fury is out on PS5, Xbox Series XS, Switch, and PC, and Cross Blitz is releasing.
That's a lot of games today.
Yeah, busy
There's
day.
also a couple next week. Keys of Fury for the PC releasing on November 24th. Captain Wayne for PC releasing on November 25th. And Terminator 2D No Fate releasing on the PS5, PS4, Xbox Series, Switch, PC on November 26th. So a couple next week, most today.
And that's all this week in gaming news.
News. Yay!
Let's get into it. I never have anything to sing during this, but I just like the beat.
Review
That's
for
all I
you.
can do.
Indeed.
Dispatch. Haha. So, Dispatch is a narrative-focused, story-heavy game.
Yep.
It is in the style of Telltale games like The Wolf Among Us or The Walking Dead. Or like Life is Strange, not a Telltale game. Very much, let's take a TV show or a movie and make it interactive. And they have done, as someone who is very familiar with this genre of games. They've done a really great job, and I think they've brought something new to that genre, given it a bit of fresh life, because it has been not in the best place as of late.
Has been a bit stagnant, I've noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ever since Telltale kind of dissolved, and part of the reason they dissolved was we just kind of got tired of the formula.
And because it dissolved, no one else was willing to take a risk on it. But actually, the studio behind this game, Adhoc, is made up of several former employees from Telltale, so they have a lot of that passion for it. And the game was made in collaboration with Critical Role, who are very passionate voice actors. So they
very creative people.
Care about the games industry and storytelling. So it's come together to make something really good. But I don't want to talk about that too much. I want to talk about the game.
Yeah. Tell us about the game, Maylee. What's the game here?
The game.
The game.
Dispatch has you playing as Robert Robertson III. You are a man who has taken the mantle of Mecha Man from your father and his father before him. You are a superhero with no superpowers, but you have a good name for yourself. You're out there saving people. And it's your life, it's all you've ever known. But as always happens in these stories, eventually the bad guy wins, broken clock 2 times a day.
Yep.
They win every now and then. And a supervillain named Shroud gets the better of you, destroys your mech suit, and strips you of the only life you've ever known. It's not a great place to start off the story, but you get a job offer from hero for hire company SDN. And with nothing better to do, Robert Robertson III becomes responsible for managing a team of former villains and shaping them into honest goodness heroes. At the same time, he's trying to monitor Shroud's activities and work on replacing his mech so he can return to the field. So it's a superhero story, a pretty classic one with all the tropes and story beats you'd expect.
Yep.
Redemption, betrayal, secrets, and romance. It has unique characters with fun powers, odd designs, like there's a Batman, but he's
a man bat.
I didn't even realize how that sounded before. Yeah, a man bat is more accurate.
Okay, right. Like, really? DC let them? Okay.
There's a demon woman with
Right,
a big
yeah.
sword.
Yeah,
That's
there's
cool.
a Karlak in there.
Yeah, that she
Okay,
is.
so it's got a Baldur's Gate 3.
There's a big,
Yep.
a big lump of mud.
Mudman.
Classic stuff.
Facial exfoliation.
Yeah,
is
all
his
of your
specialty.
superhero power tropes.
Okay.
And it's definitely taken inspiration from superhero comic book roots and gone for a really bright, colourful art style with clean lines, and it feels wonderful. It's beautifully animated. Part of the game that people have struggled with is that it is released episodically, which often is the case for these games. So they would release 2 episodes at a time, each week, 2 episodes. But I actually found this was really good because it, like a TV show or something, it allowed you to
Kind of absorb it
Yeah,
to some
absorb
extent.
it
Like you
and-
spend a week thinking about it to some extent and like, what is going to come next? What's
Yes.
the next? Okay, right.
And just a quick to mention, Adhoc has said it worked really well for them too, because they have noticed that the peaks have gotten substantially bigger each episode release, and there's growth from that. They hit their 3-year sales target. Well, no, they're on track to hit their 3 years sales target in 3 months.
Oh.
So it's working well for
Yeah.
them.
Hey, go figure, release a good game in a good way and people want to keep playing it and tell their friends about it to play it as well.
If you don't like it, don't worry. Well, all the episodes are out now, so
I was going to say, are all the episodes? Yeah, if they're all out now, good.
Yeah. So if you want to binge it, you totally can.
do it. Enjoy.
About how long is each chapter?
Each chapter is about the length of a long episode of TV, so like 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay. How many chapters?
8 in
8.
total.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like a decent TV series that kind of comes out nowadays, sort of idea. And
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So I thoroughly enjoyed the story and storytelling of Dispatch. But the thing that I was really impressed with when playing this game was none of that. It was the dispatch mechanic itself. I think that's where the game truly shines, and I think it's brought something good to the genre. So, having played a lot of these games, narrative-focused choices matter style games, I feel like a lot of the times the developers felt the need to prove that, yeah, we're still a game. We're doing game stuff.
they have a game element to their story choice.
Here's
Choose
a
your own adventure.
puzzle or a
Yeah.
quick time, and it often ended up feeling dull or forced, and they just had it in there because there was a quota they needed to fill, and it wasn't super connected to the game. Adhoc seemed to have learnt from this and designed dispatching sequences that feel natural in the story, they advance the plot, and they're genuinely fun in their own right. So, as Robert Robertson, behind your desk at the Superhero Dispatch Network, you monitor incoming calls for help from across the city and manage your roster of heroes to make sure the right person gets to the right place at the right time. Each hero has an array of stat points defense, mobility, charisma, intelligence, and attack, and each call for help will have point targets you need to reach for a successful mission. These targets are implied, not specifically stated, so while it's usually easy to tell what stats you need, you can't always be sure. Succeeding a mission can unlock more missions down the line, and good results, and save innocent people. Failing a mission not only can unlock negative story beats down the line, but the heroes you send get injured, which makes them less effective for the rest of the shift. However the mission goes, the heroes you sent will need to recover before they can be sent back out, and each call for help needs to be responded to quickly or they'll automatically fail. This creates a challenging balancing act where you need to consider not only who is the best hero for each mission, but who you might need for the mission after that. I enjoyed these sequences so much that there was more than one occasion I was disappointed that they ended and I had to return to the very enjoyable story. Honestly, if they were to release another game that stripped the story and was just this, I would buy it in a heartbeat, but I think that might just be my preference for strategy over puzzles coming through. I also found out that the success or failures that you have, how well you do, also impacts the story of the game. Obviously, there's choices that affect who gets saved, but it also affects your relationships with the other characters, who you're picking and how well they're doing makes them like you more or less. And I feel like that's a really interesting touch. So
it sounds like there isn't just a good and bad ending. There is multiple different ways that this game can end.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So it's not a Mass Effect 3 where it's blue or red tinged cinematic.
Yeah, it's not, say, Baldur's Gate 3 where there's 24 different endings, but I would say there's several.
Yeah.
Somewhat different to significantly different endings.
Nice. Did it leave it open for a sequel?
Wrapped up pretty well. But yes, it could be open. It would have to do the classic thing of these games where there becomes a canon ending.
Yep.
To carry on to the next one, but it definitely could work.
So we could have a Robert Robertson the Fourth Mecha Man.
I'd like that.
Or Mecha Woman.
I mean, it sounds like from the setting, like you could just kind of keep it going as much as you needed to. If it's like a general like sort of superhero vibe, you could do like the...
There are so many ways to revive superheroes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just have it be some other characters, not exactly the same ones, but in the same setting, connected.
Same world, different team.
And with how successful it's been, they definitely are considering it. They have mentioned that. So,
Oh, I would love to see like a Dispatch, but like a fantasy version.
How are we dispatching?
Like your
a wizard.
team members.
You're looking in your orb.
Oh,
and
yes.
You're dispatching your D&D
it would
party
be much
member.
slower. You're sending like pigeons. Oh no, I'm on board now. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, fantasy Dispatch.
And that is my review of Dispatch.
Awesome.
It's a good game.
Who was your favorite hero that you were sending out?
Or super villain third hero.
If you've played the game, this will be extremely controversial, but it's Coop. I love Coop.
Okay.
Coop
what
forever.
Is Coop? I've not played the game.
She is a deadly assassin woman.
Sounds cool.
Who's no nonsense. And she
And
was
she
the
saves
unpopular choice to keep on the team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Also, quick mention, I didn't even get to it, and I won't linger on it, but phenomenal voice acting and music, obviously, because the game works with Critical Role. And it's time for another review.
So, do you guys like to party?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, good. That's what I was looking for. Because I'm about to talk to you. I'm here to review Lego Party. So Lego Party released about a month ago. It was developed by the Sydney-based developer SMG Studios. They were the makers of Moving Out and Death Squared. So this is a pretty big game for them.
Yeah. Big licensed title.
Yeah.
Especially Lego.
Yeah, it's a big game for that small company. Yeah, Lego Party, it knows what it is. I'll say that right out the gate. You have Mario Party, take Mario out of it, replace everything with Lego, and you get Lego Party. And I think that's kind of good.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Lego Party is a Mario Party style game where you and up to 3 other players adventure around one of 4 themed boards, playing mini-games to earn Lego studs and using those as currency to buy precious gold bricks. Does that sound familiar? Earning currency in mini-games to buy a bigger
No, this
thing?
sounds like a completely unique and fresh idea.
It's basically Mario's coins and stars.
Ah, okay.
Sorry. I thought I was on here with some gamers. But I think it's fair to say that like there's been so many of these so many cash grab party games
Yep.
that have come out and they've just stolen Mario Party's template.
Yep.
But I think the developers of Lego Party, I think it's fair to say they didn't copy it. I think they learned from it.
Okay.
So they've learned from a lot of the mistakes of Mario Party. For example, in Mario Party, the turn order for the whole board game that you're playing is determined by a dice roll right at the start. Yeah, it's rough. In Lego Party, you start each round with a mini game rather than finishing it. And depending on how well you do, you earn more studs. And it also determines the turn order for that round. So
it changes it up.
yeah, so the order that everyone gets to go in changes each round, which keeps it kind of fresh, keeps everyone involved.
Yeah. I mean, most board games, you're just going like clockwise around a table most of the time. So
Yeah.
for a digital game, that doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good idea. So yeah, there's 4 boards to select. Don't expect the big Lego tie-ins like Harry Potter or Star Wars or Marvel or anything like that. Instead, they're kind of focusing on their own sort of Lego branding. So you have a pirate-themed board, a space-themed board, and they're very nostalgic because they have a lot of the classic pieces in it. And, there's a Ninjago board for the younger audience who seem to love Ninjago.
Yep. Is there a Bionicles board?
I wish, man. I wish there was a Bionicles board. No Bionicles yet.
0 out of 10 doesn't have Bionicles.
SMG, you heard it here, folks. Hit us with the Bionicles.
Please.
But what I will say is, so Mario Party is made and each party game is made and broken by the quality of its mini games.
Yeah.
I will say there are 60 mini games in Lego Party, and they are all pretty decent.
Hell yeah.
There's some
Nice.
some like puzzle games. There are some that are trivia. There's action games, and some of them utilize a lot of the same sort of movement strategies.
Okay.
So there's at least 3 or 4 where you pilot a little car. There's 3 or 4 where you pilot a little spaceship. There's 3 or 4 where you have a bungee cord and you're swinging through a stage. So once you've learnt one of those games, you're pretty quick to get into the next one.
So kind of just same sort of mini thing, but different goals or
Yeah.
objectives. Okay.
And as you play each game, after you finish the board game, you unlock a new minifigure to play as. There are over 300 Lego minifigures in this game
Nice.
with
That's a
massive
decent amount.
variety. Yeah, and once you earn the piece, you can use those pieces to customize your own Lego minifigure from all of the little bits you got. So
Fair
you can
enough.
make it look just like you want. I made myself a little Lego Astarion to play as, which is awesome. But overall, I will say this is a smaller game than Mario Party with a smaller budget, but I do think that the quality shines through. They've thought this through a lot. The mini games are high quality. There's less randomness on the board. And yeah, it's very cool. I will say one cool feature that they have on the boards before we finish up. Each board has a couple of sections where you get to build as you get to them. The first person who gets to this section on a board, be it the pirate board or theme park board or whatever,
Yep.
you get a selection of 1 to 2 to 3 things to build there, and that becomes a new board element for the rest of the game.
Oh, that's
So,
really fun.
okay.
Depending on your strategy, you can be like, I want the good pirate ship that gives us treasure, or you can say, I want the bad pirate ship that's going to shoot cannonballs and make everyone drop all their stuff. So,
building hotels and houses kind of thing.
yeah, well, it's depending on what kind of game you feel like. I like the meaner ones personally. But yeah, there we go. That's Lego Party.
Nice.
It's coming to Netflix games.
Yeah.
So you can wait and try it for free, but I think it works best on a console. I've been playing it on the Switch.
Fair enough.
Yeah, those games are always best for consoles.
But yeah, happy video gaming, everyone.
Indeed. I hope
Have a good
everybody
one.
finds some good games for the weekend, enjoys themselves.
Pick up a party game if you're hanging out with people, or pick up a story game if you're not. We will see you next week.
Thanks for listening to Zed Games.
If you'd like to listen to more, you can find us on the Community Radio Plus app.
Or find us on socials at Zed Games AU.
See you next time.
Honey? What? Where's about the greater good?
Greater good? I am your wife. I'm the greatest good you are ever gonna get.